One of the big problems I have lately with modern American conservatism is the absolutist approach towards small versus big government. The idea that bigger government is always necessarily worse and small government is always automatically better. And the thing is, a lot of these people will say that and then defend the Constitution and talk about what a brilliant, wonderful document it is, realizing or not realizing that it is a testament to the power and worthwhile nature of having a strong central government. And I know you're going to hear that and be like, what? There was the monarchy in England and King George, and he was a dictator and horrible and evil, which is all true. But at the same time, when the founding fathers broke away, they did not write the Constitution. They wrote the Articles of Confederation. That lasted for 10 years. And that's where they basically, your beloved idea of a government so small that it could be drowned in a bathtub or whatever, that actually existed under the Articles of Confederation. You know what happened? It was a miserable fucking failure and an embarrassment to the world. All the states just started backbiting one another. Maybe some Seminole Indians would come up from Florida and start attacking people in Georgia, and they'd ask for help from the North. And the North would be basically, fuck you, we got our own problems up here. Indians and Frenchmen attacking across from Canada, hitting New Hampshire, shit like that. They'd be like, fuck you, we got our own problems up here. You didn't help us when we were having problems with that. And they just sit back and forth and they start putting tariffs against travel from one state or another. And the federal government couldn't raise an army. Well, they could raise an army, they just couldn't tax to support it, which basically meant they had no money, which means they couldn't do anything. And all authority, anytime they tried to get states to get along or do any sort of joint venture, they had to just rely on states out of their own fucking personal charities to try and do what was best for the country. And very rarely did that actually happen. So then they had the first Constitutional Congress to get together, try and fix the Articles of Confederation, and all that came out of that was the conclusion that the Articles of Confederation were beyond fixing because you need a strong central government if you're going to have a country fucking work. So then they had the Second Constitutional Convention where they actually wrote the Constitution. The whole idea here was to make sure that there was a strong central authority to make sure everyone was playing fair. And now we get fast forward ahead and we find that once again, the states are just kind of backbiting one another and fighting between themselves. I mean, now the idea of job creation for conservative governors is to go to more liberal states and say to the businesses, well, we have lower wages, we have less regulation, you can save more money and make your items cheaper if you make them in our state. That's not job creation any more than if I went to my neighbor's house and stole his chair. That would be furniture creation. That's not creation. It's theft. It's poaching. It's just fucking strong arm bullshit. Honestly, the thing is, a lot of you guys talk about how much you love the Bill of Rights and the First Amendment and the Second Amendment and the Fourth Amendment and all that great, wonderful, beautiful shit. And it's all wonderful. I agree. But the thing is, it's not just a curtailing of federal government. It's also an expansion, because it gives the government the authority to limit the powers of the state governments in those respects, and the cities, and the counties. No county in this country has the legal authority to tell you what religion you have to worship because of the First Amendment. No state can arrest anyone anymore for swearing in public like used to happen to Lenny Bruce because of the First Amendment, because of freedom of speech, because of the federal government taking authority over the states in these regards. And now the thing is, I'm not necessarily just saying we need bigger government now. In some respects, I think we do. In other respects, I think the government is probably too big and oppressive. I think it's a little bit of both. I think more than anything, though, what misses in a lot of modern conservative rhetoric is the importance of nuance in regard to the size and power, the scope and scale of government. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Small channel, trying to expand as much as possible. Beyond that, of course, as always, have a nice day.